Hi, Van here. This week I am 5 months on T. Some changes. Obviously, deeper voice. My voice continues to get deeper. Based on some of the videos that I've watched and what I've read, it will continue to get deeper until right around the 9 month mark. So my wife thinks that it's already pretty deep. I don't know. I'm excited to see how deep my voice will actually get. Something I noticed also, I don't want to say that it happens around 5 months on T, but I did notice it, and then we did some research, and this was kind of recent, so I figured I'd add it into this video. But my jaw was hurting um, pretty frequently between my what do you think, babe? Between 2 and 3 months on T. And I just thought, because I already have a pop in my jaw, maybe between 3 and 4 months on T, my jaw already kind of popped, so I just thought maybe that's what was going on, but it was hurting more than it ever really did. And I mentioned it to my wife, and she did some research, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the testosterone, because it does move around your jawbone to give you more of a square jawline, so that's pretty cool. But again, I'm not feeling those pains anymore. Not really, at least. Sometimes I will, but it was happening like every day where my jaw was hurting me, and that was between 3 and 4 months on T. Um, some other things. Recently, like this week, last week, I started noticing an increase in energy. Like, if I am not active enough during the day, it's hard for me to sleep at night. In fact, I'm pretty tired right now because I've had trouble sleeping the last few days. Uh, Part of it was the energy issue. So, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm starting to see this increase in energy with my testosterone. I haven't really seen an increase in my metabolism yet or in my hunger yet, but the energy has just started to kind of really been affecting me. So as of right now, I mean, my wife and I are traveling, but I'm trying to be as active as possible during the day so that I can get tired at a reasonable hour at night, because it hasn't been happening lately. And facial hair. So the mustache is coming in a bit thicker here, obviously. I've got some hairs down here. You can't really see it. Um, my chin here. And I started to get some hairs here. You can't really see it; they're very light, and right up around here. So it is starting to come in. Getting some hairs here on my neck too, but I just recently shaved, so pretty excited about the beard. Um, my wife and I are traveling right now. We took an extended honeymoon. So we have been traveling for a little over 2 months now. We go back to the States in a couple weeks. Uh,
No, I think it's been almost 3 months
has it
already.
been almost 3 months?
Yeah, because we go back in
We go back in like a week and a half.
like
Yeah, so
10
it's been almost
days.
3 months now that we've been traveling um, outside of the United States. We did spend some time in Florida, but mostly outside of the United States. And I can say without a doubt that people do not think that I'm a woman. Obviously, I'm not, but they really don't, because of my voice, because of my facial hair. There was one awkward instance. I can't remember if I mentioned it in a video before or not, but we were passing through customs in Mexico, and we handed the lady our passports, and she looked at my wife's passport, and then she looked at my passport, which, by the way, was a photo of me before T, so I didn't have any facial hair, and it still has my real full name on it. So she looked at the passport, and she was just like really confused. I mean, like, very
Openly.
obviously, openly confused. She's like, "What? Kid? What?
But
What? My name? What?" And I was just like,
she was kind of
"Yeah."
loud.
And then I kind of like looked at her, and I was just like, "Yeah, it's me." And I think that she kind of like, she still looked really confused, but she was like, "Okay." and kind of gave us our passports back, and we kept walking. But that was the only instance. I mean, we've been showing people our IDs to buy alcohol. Um, uh, we've gone through international customs and security already. God, I don't know, 10 times and
10 times.
5 times,
No.
4 times.
It's exaggerating.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but we've definitely done it. We've showed our IDs several times, and people don't really notice it, or if they do, they don't make it obvious that they notice. I think they just look. They're just looking at my date of birth. They're not really noticing my name. They're looking at my picture. They're looking at my date of birth, and they're like, whatever, and they give me my ID back. So it hasn't really been a big deal at all. And my libido still pretty high, but I think the last week or so I've started to feel it kind of level out, where I'm not so much this raging hormonal 15-year-old boy anymore, like sneaking away to go, take care of myself in the bathroom while family's in the living room or something awkward like that. But it's starting to level out where I can focus on my day-to-day activities and not become aroused randomly throughout the day. It was getting really annoying and really frustrating. So I'm really glad that I'm kind of becoming more of a normal person with that again. But yeah, that's about it. 5 months on T. I'm feeling pretty good about it. We get back into the States, like I said, in about a week and a half, and then they're going to retest my blood to check my T levels again, since the last time they did, which was about 3 months ago, when they upped my dosage to about 100 milligrams. So I was originally doing 80 milligrams, and I got my T levels up from 39 to 580 with 80 milligrams, and they said that that's right in the middle, because most cisgendered men are between 350 and 800. So they were trying to get me up over 600, so between 6 and 8. So they went ahead and upped my dosage by 0.1 cc. So yeah, so I'll get you guys an update once I have that information.